Y'all look cute.
I just want y'all to know it wasn't Khaliah that was late. We just in here while we start drinking a little early, right? And we doing business. This is Hip Hop Closet. Peace to the world. We're gonna of course we're gonna intro things out like we normally do, but I just want to welcome back my sister Kai.
Hey.
Once again, she was away for last week. I ain't gonna tell y'all where she was at, but she got a tan.
Hey.
She's looking very brownish today. Yeah, Jay, how you doing?
I'm good, man.
You good?
10K Sunday.
Which 10K?
New York's, yeah, some
New York Mini 10, I think.
Yeah,
it's
New York Mini 10.
Okay.
Got to be Sting International yesterday.
Yeah, you told me.
Yeah, that's fine. Like legendary DJ.
Yeah, soon
Yeah,
come on the show, I hope, man. We
Yeah,
gotta
no
make
doubt.
that connection happen.
Yeah, definitely for sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Kai, how you doing?
I'm great.
Vacation good?
Yeah.
Look,
on
see,
top
this
of the
what I'm
world.
saying. This is
On
what I'm
top of the
saying.
world.
That's what I'm saying. We rocking Hip Hop Closet Weirds. I'm about to take this off, but we just wanted to kind of give
Y'all
you
look
a glimpse.
cute though. Y'all look
Yeah, it's
really
nice.
cute.
I like this. What's this, like the biker?
Yeah, that's
Tell
a
me what this
trucker.
is.
Trucker. It's like a jean jacket
It's
style.
a trucker, like a jean jacket style joint.
Yeah.
And what's Khaliah wearing? She's looking beautiful. She wore the boots.
Yes. Hey.
She got everything going. Okay.
That's
You
the,
can't come to Hip Hop Closet and not wear a Hip Hop Closet.
I agree. And our sponsor, is this our sponsor? Or is this just what we drinking? No.
That's
Our
what we're
sponsor is
drinking
still the
today.
same. Shout out to Stuyvesant Champagne with Marlon.
Yes.
Right? We're gonna get started. First, let's cheers.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. You're supposed to look the person you're cheering in the eye. Like that. Happy New Year.
It's
So
the fur. It makes me feel bougie. I'm in my Diane Kelly.
Oh, they love the coat. Jesse loves the coat. I don't know
Love
if he
it.
loves.
all right, so let's get started.
The
First
boots
of all,
of fire. Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
yeah,
I'm
it is.
reading
Like,
the-
she's lit. Are we gonna do sneaker wars today? I think-
Absolutely.
I feel like we need to do sneaker war.
All right, so
I feel
look,
like we
Khaliah,
I
this is
don't
what I
have
need
a
you to do.
sneaker.
No, it's fine. You the judge. So the three of us every week we have a sneaker battle.
Oh, okay.
So I need you to look at everybody's kicks, and then at the end of the show you're gonna tell us who won. All right?
Damn.
So look, I got the
I need a
breads.
picture of everyone and a quick selfie so I can put it on my Instagram and let
Okay,
my
yeah, so you can
Okay,
take a picture
all
now.
right.
You can take a picture
Go
now.
ahead. Go ahead. Put
So
your
you know
feet.
He's always gotta
Super Bowl.
explain this
It's
shit.
Super Bowl
You always
week.
gotta explain this
It's
shit.
Super Bowl
man.
week, so I got to throw out the caps.
You gotta
I got the
explain this.
cap mix on.
Nobody cares about Cap no more, man.
Cap is
But-
Cap.
He's 2017, bro.
Shout out to Cap.
All right, so
Okay.
I already know who won.
okay,
Oh,
good. We're gonna
okay.
talk about it
All
at
right.
the end. So let me take this off so we can get busy.
Oh, I'm keeping my fur.
It's kind of been a loose intro, but that's all right, though, because that's how we do. So let me explain something to you about the guest to my left. We've been in similar circles now for about 5 years.
Yeah, I feel like
give or take.
this is
Yeah,
the right time.
right? And I'm gonna tell you, I don't think there's ever been a time until this moment where I've seen you and you wasn't working.
Oh wow.
So either you were producing something or you were ideating with Kai about something or you were in a space that was supportive, which to me is also on the grind, right? Because I do that. But I don't think you and I have ever had a moment where we were in a space and you weren't working.
Now that you brought that to light, you're right. Because when I first met you, to my memory, was when I did the fashion show
Right.
and you were the MC.
Right.
And I just thought you were so great at that. As well.
I
You have
appreciate
definitely have a MC voice.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. But so you've been intriguing in that way. Like I've seen you in Tribe constantly working, constantly getting your thing right. Once we started following each other on IG, I realized that it's not a myth. It's not something that is just happenstance. You are someone that is on your grind, self-made, but really with the support of Tribe. But you do your thing, you hustle strong, and I'm just ready to hear your story. I'm just really ready
You
to
only
hear
have
your
an
story.
hour, right?
We got an hour and change. We gonna do it right.
I'll give you the short version.
So I want to present to some and introduce to others, Khaliah Clark.
Thank you. This is such a moment.
Yeah,
I'm
give me
sorry.
5. No, you
Oh,
gotta-
5. I'm
yeah.
sorry. I don't know
It's
the
fine.
protocol
It's no
of
problem.
what's the
You
go.
good. It's
I'm
no
like,
problem.
can you believe I'm a little nervous?
Why are you nervous?
Because you're a man.
Mm-mm. You're in good hands. You safe. You safe. We're gonna get started with where you from. Where you from?
I am from Jersey, West New York, New Jersey.
West New York, New Jersey.
That's where you move to when you get some money.
So you grew up with money. You have money.
No, actually, it's so funny. I am experiencing what it is to live in Jersey, and to us, it was a hood. You know, we always just had the Boulevard East, which is Boulevard East, the view of the city. So we always had dreams of going to the city and being 15 minutes away from the city. So to see it and live it, and now to know that it's very expensive to live there. Like you used to get an apartment for like $1,200, a 2-bedroom.
Right.
Now you get a 1-bedroom for $2,700.
Right. It's crazy.
It's so crazy.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but West New York is like south of Jersey City.
Right. It's like by Weehawken.
Weehawken.
Right out the Lincoln Tunnel, in between Fort
Mhm.
Lee and the Lincoln Tunnel. Right. And then you have the Holland Tunnel. So it's like it's the town right in between both the George Washington Bridge and the Holland Tunnel.
Tell me about your parents.
I grew up with a single mother because my dad died when I was about 6 years old.
Mhm.
But I definitely was made out of love. So shout out to my mom, Geraldine
what's
Clark, and James Clark.
Mhm.
I'm mixed. My father, you couldn't tell him he wasn't black, but he was definitely white and black. You could tell him he wasn't 100% black Muslim.
Mhm.
My mother went to St. Peter's College in New Jersey.
Mhm.
So as a little kid, I got to go to college at a very young age because, you know, parents, they take you to school with them. So I started, my whole life was in Jersey.
Mhm.
And then fast forward, I was a teen mom at 15. So I had a baby at 15,
Mhm.
parent at 16. And then I was called everything under the book except for successful.
Mhm.
Until
I
now.
want to talk about that. 15 years old, and you get pregnant. So you were in high school at the time.
Right. I was definitely an after school special.
Uh,
I was a track runner, a cheerleader, basketball player. So when I got pregnant, it was like,
right.
You know, I met this guy and I didn't say no.
Right.
And I didn't even know I was pregnant because I was an athlete. So I was actually scheduled to like be a cheerleader, and like the whole thing was like in grammar school, the big thing is to make it to be in high school, so you make it to be a cheerleader. So unfortunately, that wasn't my story because freshman year, I found out I was pregnant, and I didn't know I was pregnant because I was an athlete. So I figured since I got my period a couple of days, you couldn't tell me that I wasn't pregnant.
Right.
Yeah.
So you get pregnant.
I get the scarlet letter now because now I'm in high
Right.
school. So now I'm the girl that all the parents say you can't hang
That's
out
what I wanna
with.
talk to you
She's
about.
fast.
Mhm.
You know, it's like, you know, you have the plague.
Right.
And it's really like
You
it's
get villainized.
super villainized.
Right.
And actually, I'm pregnant in 1996. So this
Mhm.
is the beginning of the baby boom when teen pregnancy becomes something.
Mhm.
I actually kind of feel like I kind of made it look easy because I had a support system. And growing up in an African American household, when my mother found out I was pregnant, I told the doctor, I was like, can I just go home with you?
Right.
Like, I was just in shame. And then I was in church as well. So it was just a lot. And go ahead.
That's an amazing thing, right? And so let me just be clear with you. I had my first child when I was 20. And so technically I wasn't a teen parent, but in every way I was a teen parent, right? And I remember feeling like I was the only one going through what I was going through.
I believe
Now, obviously I wasn't. Now, as an adult, I realized that there were a bunch of people that I knew that were also having children at the same time. But when it was happening, it felt like it was only happening to me. Did you have that kind of feeling?
Oh, first of all, I had so many emotions because my child's father was locked up.
Right.
So when I found out that I was pregnant, I went to tell him, and he had cheated on me. So, and then got locked up. So it was just like this. My pregnancy was one of those things where anything that possibly could go wrong in your pregnancy, you could go wrong. So I had preeclampsia. That's like what Kim Kardashian, she blew up like a whale. So I'm like in school eating everything that you could possibly not supposed to eat because I'm 15. I don't know like what you're supposed to do.
Right.
And I was just more stressed about having to go to school. And it was this guidance counselor, rest in peace, her name is Lillian Cage. She actually went to my church. She was the only black guidance counselor in Hudson County, I think at that time. And she calls me into her office and she's like, do you want to learn a trade? I'm like, okay. So she's like, you could go to school during the day and in the afternoon, you're going to get picked up and you're going to go learn a trade. And you can take your baby to school. It's called the Teen Parent Program. It was this first program ever made in Hudson County.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, great. So you go. And it's so funny. I just did a podcast. It's called Jammed Up Journals. And the guy, Prof, the interviewer, literally, I've done not 1,000 interviews, but a couple of interviews. And I never talked about this until he brought it up to me. He was like, remember when we went to we used to be in the Hudson Voltech school, and we were in the broadcasting class. I'm like, yo.
So he was in class with you back
He was
then?
in class, and now he has a show called Jammed Up Journals. And it was so funny because I've done a million interviews, and I say that because, you know, I have my own show, Who's Styling Who. So I've done interviews. People have asked me the same question that you've asked me. And for years, I never talked about how I went to a teen parent program. So it was cool that he brought that out of me. And now it makes me reflect on literally, like, I went to school as a teenager with my child and actually learned a trade.
Right. Because actually, that is when I talk to people about their schooling and people have these alternative routes to success, you realize that, because when you're young, you don't see it as an alternative route.
At all.
Right?
At all.
You see it like, oh God, like this is different than the norm. But there's actually routes to success that come out of these alternative spaces. I spoke to the brother, Mr. Man, right? Khaliah from Bush Babies talking about City As. And I remember being in tech and being like, oh, he's going to City As? That's whack. Like, but City As, because it was aside from the norm. See, when you're a child, to do good means to be normal, to do everything that you're supposed to do. And if you ever should stray off of that, you become a pariah, like you became, right?
That's a good one. That sounds so much better than the words they called me.
But the fact of the matter is, your situation does not determine your success. Your ambition and willingness to live a purpose-driven life determines your success. So now you're in this vocational school. Did you have a girl or a boy?
I had a daughter.
You had a
and
daughter.
then I named her after Champagne. Shout out to Moet.
Her name is Moet. You was a wild 15. Nah, you was a wild 15.
The story gets deep. And sip.
Right, and sip on that. Right. So you and Moet.
And it's so funny because shout out to my daughter.
Moms, I would have whipped your ass for that.
Yeah, my mom, when I think about it, because her name, I say Moet, but it's really Moe. So, you know, no one ever really pronounced it that way.
Right.
So, of course, it was, you know, oh, you must have been drunk off of Moet when you named your child.
Right, all those things come.
And it was funny because in my genre of people who had kids, one girl named her child Hennessy. So we had Hennessy, Moet, and then if you know there was one girl, you know there's one girl that has to be Alizé.
So let me tell you some more shit. So listen to this. My daughter Michaela's 8 years old.
Okay.
She has a friend named Alizé. So she don't know why I think that's funny. I'm like, yo, that's mad funny. That she don't understand the correlation.
Right, because she doesn't know anything.
Right, she's 8.
Alizé.
But I'm like, yo, your friend, her name really is Alizé? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't understand how funny that is. But there's always Alizé.
My daughter, I didn't even realize it at that time because I'm thinking, oh, they're going to say her name in all these songs. She'll appreciate it when she gets older. I guess I decided to ask her, like, were you really teased about? She's like, Mom, you have no idea. Like, to this day, she's 27 years old.
Right.
When a guy asks her, like, what's your name? And she's like, Moet. He's like, are you serious?
Right.
So now I'm wondering if, like, is this why she's single and different things like that? I'm like, did I really mess up my child for life?
So let me ask you something. Prior to the pregnancy, what did Khaliah want to be when she grew up?
Khaliah wanted to be a lawyer. Wanted to be a lawyer. And Khaliah's first objective in life was going to be a lawyer. And then Khaliah wanted to be a drug dealer's girlfriend.
You want to be a drug dealer's girlfriend, yeah. Right.
As I started reading books, and I'm like, well, I could do this. I could just live this lifestyle.
What was that Terry Woods book? What was that Terry Woods book?
True to the Game.
True to the Game.
That was that. But really,
everything.
what really opened my eyes was Wifey.
Wifey, right.
1, 2, and 3. Those were my books. And I mean, it sounds stupid now that I think about it in hindsight, but everything that I wanted to do outside of being a lawyer, I kind of accomplished. Right. So that was cool.
So you were a drug dealer's wife?
I mean, my child's father, it's so interesting. Like, he actually got locked up abroad. So imagine sitting home and your child's father tells you he's going on vacation, but he'll be back. Then you get a call from the consulate telling from Aruba that
He's not coming back.
Right. And if you would have went to Australia, they would have killed him because the laws are different.
Right.
So now I'm 17 years old, and I know for 1 year my child is going to be fatherless. So I let my daughter know that her father was on vacation. And I kind of just hustled it out. I mean, I don't think I wanted to. I didn't even know what a stylist was.
Right.
I saw Misa Hilton in a tub, and I'm like, I want to do what she does.
In the video, the Biggie video. When my friends meet with your friends.
And we can all be friends.
Right.
And my first award ever is from Misa Hilton.
That's crazy.
She makes me an award winning.
That's
so
crazy.
Super crazy.
Yeah, but that's life. That's how life works. So, did you graduate high school?
I didn't graduate high school from that particular program. Nope.
GED?
GED, yes, I was part of a program called, with the Teen Parent Program. Afterwards, I definitely did that.
So now, explain to me how you move into a space where you begin this journey to where you sit right now.
I literally hustled my way. If Jada Pinkett from Hillman is a real character, which it is, and put me as the character, light-skinned girl with freckles, party girl. I'm 20. Okay, no, I'm 18, and we're partying in Drama Nightclub in New Jersey. Right. Shout out to Shampoo, YMBS. He had that Thursday night ladies' night party. Fast forward, not knowing where life's gonna take me, I meet people all working in different record labels. So one of my connects was Nelson Tabuada. He was at G Unit Records. So now he's giving me the CDs, and I believe in not standing online. So I'm going into the club saying, I need to give this CD. I work for Nelson, so I got to give it to the DJ.
You got game.
So now he's like, you and 10 of your girls want to get in?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, it's the street team.
Yeah, it's the street team.
So yeah, and that was the beginning. And then I always had a love for fashion. When my friends would come to my house, I'm like cutting their shirts and no, put this on.
How were you as a fashion person? Were you like always fly?
Let me tell you something. Remember, I have a baby at 15.
Right.
So I'm creating my flyness because I'm T-boy fly, which is I'm wearing men's clothes, but still trying to make it sexy. So I have on baggy jeans, Eastland crop top. If I have a baggy sweatshirt on, then I'm wearing either nothing on the bottom, high boots, combat boots, big socks. So I remember growing up, my boyfriend, which was my daughter's father at the time, he had Tommy Hilfiger underwear, the briefs, and they were the most comfortablest underwear ever. And then I'm like, well, I want to wear tights and I want to show the band
from the briefs. And
this is before Tommy Hilfiger even had a women's collection.
Right.
So I would do a lot of boyfriend clothes, like wearing his flannels. That was like my style. His clothes mixed with my his underwear mixed with my stuff like Eastland. It's so funny when I tell my story. I never really mention him. That's why I think it's funny that today he's getting so much light. Like my baby's father really he kind of took me out of your mother's umbrella. So like he's buying me clothes. He's teaching me swag because he was a Tommy Hilfiger. He gave me my first Cuban.
Right.
So being with him, I was like, okay, any other guy after this has to kind of meet this aesthetic because I had a child by him.
Right.
I just saw my life with him and I knew that I would have multiple kids and probably just that would be my life. Right. So I literally just woke up one day and was like, I don't want to be with you no more. Now in hindsight, I don't think that was a really good idea because I've dated now throughout my life. And I kind of feel like I kind of should have just stood with him and figured it out. Because what you're looking for at 15, you think like that's not really it. But then now I hate to say my age, but
I did the math while you was talking.
Right. So if I have a 27-year-old daughter,
you had a 15.
Right. I'm that age. Yep.
Right. I'm
that age. Right. And now I look back and I'm like,
yeah, but I'm gonna tell you something. So part of it though is that teenage love is a very significant love in your life. Okay. Everybody remembers their teenage love, right? Some people in this room are married to their teenage
So,
right? But
follow them
but
on
it is
Instagram.
very significant. But there's also this kind of thing where you have to compare that to the world in order for it to make sense, right? Like again, my daughter had her first child at 18 by her
Really?
teenage love, right?
Really?
And I used to tell her all the time, like, yo, I just want you to be single for a minute, like. Just get out of this space and compare it, and if it works, then go back to it. But we have to experience things to understand what is versus what isn't.
100%.
And so when you said that, I understand you're speaking from experience because you're like, well, listen, I've been dealing since then. Have you had a serious relationship?
I've had a couple, and I say,
But nobody ain't buy you a Cuban link.
it's not. I've been blessed. May he rest in peace. I literally am. I lost a person that I would say was like my biggest supporter. 2 years. He was one of the first during COVID.
Wow.
And let me drink.
Yeah,
I'm like, let me drink.
Right, drinks it out.
I don't think it really affected me until kind of like the last 2 years, like because things happen. You know, this is a man that I was with since I was 19 years old. He bought me my first truck, and
You're a long term. You're like you are in the game. Like you're a long termer.
20 plus years, man. And you know what's so crazy? I never even told anyone I had a kid when I first came into the industry. My first job. Okay, let me fast forward. Rewind back. I'm sorry. So I come into the game. I do a job. Roger McKenzie, he's a legendary stylist. He was the editor of The Source. He still is I call him my godfather of fashion. He kind of blooded me in. My friend Patricia McNamee, she gave me the job at Baby Fat when she got in. I used to attend the magic shows. Remember those? Years ago.
I used to go to the magic show.
So
That's how I learned the shit from Kai. I'm going to the magic show. What the fuck is that? I don't know what you're talking about.
I started in the industry with Ozzie Stewart. Ozzie Stewart, I did sales for Full Force Sales. So that's when we sold Carl Kanai, Bougie, that's Busta Rhymes' line, and Heaven or Hell. When I came in, I just really didn't like the whole calling stores and asking them for an appointment. And that's a regret of mine now, because now knowing the industry, salespeople make so much money.
Crazy.
So much money. And I just didn't think it was my thing.
Right.
Now, looking back in hindsight, I'm like, wow, I should have stayed with sales, because as a stylist, you do sales, kind of, you know, because you get this product and they give you the opportunity to place it. Sometimes you're breaking the brand. Sometimes you get it first. You get an exclusive. You're putting it in videos. You're driving sales. And I just didn't understand that part of it in the beginning, because you're young and you just want to see the whole money aspect of it. Roger McKenzie, like I said, led me to the water, but it was Clifford Ray who really put me into the game as far as introducing me to Roger McKenzie, which was my first costume design job. He was the costume designer and I was an intern.
Okay. You're using a lot of terms.
Sorry, I just don't be only
Tell
an
me
hour.
the difference between a stylist and a costume designer.
The money.
I like that shit.
A costume designer is in film, and they're in charge of all of the wardrobe, like everything. So like them and the director, they meet, they go over the script, and they come to terms of what each scene's gonna be for the wardrobe. They highlight it, they put what's gonna be, you know, like if it's gonna be a vest, like perfect example, if one of the main actresses is gonna wear a hip hop closet, fur, we'll put fur, you send the picture in, they know it's gonna be a fur, and prayerfully if you don't need multiple furs, you know what I mean? But a stylist to me is a bona fide slave. It's someone, and the reason why I say that is because you come in this game and you're just a loan shark. Like you get the responsibility of getting clothes from different vendors, and the perk is to actually be able to go into one of these establishments, a store or a showroom, and actually pull clothes on your name. That means the vendor or the showroom is trusting you with the merchandise, and you either have to bring it back or they gift it to you. But a lot of the times it's because they want to know who the celebrity is. So most of the time you send a LOR, that's a letter of request, to request the merchandise, and you ask them, and you tell them who the celebrity is, and you send this great letter because it's a pitch letter. You have to sell the project
on the project.
Yeah, you have to sell it. And I've been blessed to do this literally with no money. And the reason why I say that is because someone like Kai, who really supports me, and that's very rare, because if you see where we're at, this doesn't run on $0. Like, you know, she has a credible business with $1 million merchandise. And not only is she a Black woman, she's a woman in general. I was introduced to her by April Walker, and to me, she's like a gold mine because it's like a one-stop shop. You come here, she has several brands, and she actually works with you. Of course, you must have a budget. Don't get it twisted. But, you know, if you really rock with her, there's different things that will work for her brand if it's cohesive for her brand. But what I love about being a stylist is that I get to create. And in my 20 years of creating, my niche was always Black brands. I didn't know that a lot of the Black brands weren't owned by Black people, right? So when I come into the industry, I'm like, I want to put on Anichi, I want everybody at Mecca. Rest in peace, Philippa Bone.
Shout out to Tony Shelman.
Tony Shelman, who's now in Starter, guys. Boom, boom, boom. We're on our way to Super Bowl. I felt as a stylist, it was my responsibility to push Black-owned brands. Or brands that my friends, who are all the brand managers at, whether the company was Black-owned or not. So, like, if my friend Dennis Murphy was at RP55, that was Schmack, that was Azore Denim back then.
Sorry, you take it.
But I'm just saying, like, these are the brands that shaped me because Dennis understood it. He had so many brands under the RP55 label, so it's a one-stop shop. So imagine you don't have a budget and your boy is the manager there, and he's like, you can pull whatever you want. So you're coming on set with all these different brands, and unbeknownst to people, like Jay-Z wore Azore Denim the day he purchased Art for Dodger on 106 in Park. He's wearing a silver mic up there, and that's my hit. Mind you, June styling him. I'm the intern. I fold up the shirt and I put it on the top. Becca's the lead stylist with June, and it goes off. I'm home watching 106 in Park.
And you're like, that's my hit.
I'm like, Jay-Z's wearing the shirt. Oh my God. The next day, Dennis calls me like, yo, you got that off. Becca's like, what shirt was that? June wanted to know. I'm like, it's Azure Denim. She's like, wow, that's dope. Because, and then it's no disrespect to June or any of them, but like, the streetwear culture brand was not really them. They were going and they're shopping and they're putting you in Versace and they're putting you in big labels, Gucci and all that. I just felt as a stylist, it was like my responsibility. I remember bringing out Gino Green Global one time on set, and I'm not going to say the stylist name. They were like, what is this? And I'm like, no, this is it. The nines is hitting. They're like, no. And
I remember that. Kai used to have that shit.
Gino Green Road. Shout out to Prince. Prince is one of the.
I've modeled that shit before.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, for me, when I talk about old brands, and it's not old to me because I feel like they're all legendary. 555 Soul. I look back.
LRG. Academics. Right.
I look at these brands, and to me, those were what I was wearing. Like I wore streetwear to the death of me, babe. I lived in a baby fat. Excuse me. Kamora used to ask me like, why do you wear so much baby fat? I'm like, it's Black owned. Like, aren't we supposed to support these brands? And it was interesting to me to love something than to get into it and be like, damn, they don't love it as much as me.
I was the same way coming up. So I used to wear so much Aniche. At the time, I was a stockbroker. I was working at TD Waterhouse. I would wear so much Aniche to work that the white boys at the job would call me E-Nice. They'd be like, yo, E-Nice. because I was wearing Aniche. But I always believed in Black owned. But part of it is, it's proxy through my dealings with Kaisha. Because when she came with the idea for Hip Hop Closet, in my mind, it's like, yo, that's my sister. Whatever I can do to support her, that's how I'm gonna support her. And so I began modeling. And in modeling, we would go to places where we were taking clothes off the rack and putting them on. And that's how I got my knowledge of all of these brands.
Wow.
So what wound up happening is we would go, like me and Malik would go to 27th Street to John's, right? Shout out to John. Yeah, I wonder if John is still around. Shout out to John.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, yo, don't take it out the plastic. That was our shit. Don't take it out the plastic. Don't take it out the plastic. But I would rock some shit and then I would leave with a couple pieces. I would just buy it. Like, yo, let me get that, let me get that. And pull in, right? And then I just used to, and Aniche was that brand because I knew Tony. And so Aniche, for me, it was like, yo, I just want to support. And I just bought the whole catalog. Like, I would wear Aniche all the time.
Really?
Absolutely.
Did you know the whole meaning behind Aniche?
It's NYC. I knew, yes.
Wait, so your realtor is saying it's ENYC,
It's
not Aniche.
It's not Aniche.
Like the hood
No,
knows
it's NYC.
Right.
That's the name of it. It's NYC.
That's how
We hood, we just used to call it Aniche because we was hood, right? But it's NYC. But so when you talk about streetwear and your commitment to it, I get you. Like, I feel you on that. But the other thing was, I wasn't in the industry in terms of trying to promote these brands to artists. You were. And so, like, what was the... And even before I asked you that question, you said you were an intern for June.
I was an intern for a lot of stylists.
So when you were interning, how you were getting money?
Oh, I didn't get any money. I think I didn't get no money till probably like 2 years ago.
So what were you doing to make money, to make ends meet while you were interning?
I had a sponsor. Rest in peace to
Rest in peace to the
for
sponsor.
Brian Johnson. In hindsight, and the reason why I said I really started getting paid 2 years ago, and I know that that's not really true, but why I became the product placement queen was because I never knew what a budget was. I started as an assistant, and I was comfortable in assistant position because when you run around with June, you run around with a black card.
Right.
You get what I mean?
Right.
When you run around with Roger McKenzie, you run around with a budget black card, but like all these different things. And so I was content with being an assistant because I didn't have to put out my own money. Like all I had to do was make sure I had all my receipts, tally them up. And to me, I was the best assistant. I'm talking about I would jump over people just to get the job done. And it was
the same way you get in the club for free. See, it's a fucking skill. I be trying to tell people that shit is a skill.
So everybody
when I made the decision like, yo, I'm not standing online anymore. And when I made that decision, I stopped standing online. It's a skill set.
It is.
Continue.
And I remember, big shout out to Eric Santiago, E Styles. We were on set. And the funny part is the day I came in to intern on this project, the person who brought me in got fired. So Roger said to me, I'm not paying you because he brought you in. And I was like, look, I just want to work. I didn't even tell him I have a daughter at this point. So he's like, well, you have to get to every single set on your own. They gave me travel money they would give me travel money to get to set. He was like, but I will not pay you. Literally, Ellis Island. We're filming with Tatum O'Neal and Vanessa Williams. And this is the first movie that I've ever been a part of. So My Brothers.
What's the name of the movie?
My Brothers with Nashawn Kiersey. He was
Shout to Nashawn. That's my guy. Shout to Nashawn.
It's his first lead role.
Wow.
Right? And
What year was this?
This is 2000 and maybe 3. Nation, I may be wrong, but it's like 2003 or maybe 2006. One of those years. But I'll Google that and get back to you. But it's his first. It's his first major role.
So this is before what he was playing when he was the guy in the basement.
It was
What was that? What's this damn show? It was on ABC.
I know what you're saying, having a brain fart, but
that's all right. We'll go back to that.
But it was so amazing because he was sharing his story, how he's been an actor for a while, and it was exciting. And then we had a Down syndrome character that was his brother, and the story was Vanessa Williams, a single mom. And I was so happy for him because I didn't know him at that time. And Nashawn will then later hire me when he goes to be one of the features in the Jasmine Sullivan video. That's why it's very important. Like, you never know who you're gonna meet, and you should always never burn a bridge. Like, if I could give advice to anybody, it's like the same people you see coming up, you're gonna see. They're probably gonna surpass you. When I speak to kids in different schools and stuff like that, I let them know, like, speak to the janitor, speak to the security guard, stay in contact with the teacher. If anybody impacts you in your life, stay in contact with them. I'm in a world before social media. If I would have ever took a picture on a June set, on a Pamela Watson set, on a Roger McKenzie set, I would have gotten fired because they're like, what?
What are you doing?
Like, what are you doing? I remember being labeled as intern ABC. And it wasn't until she saw me in the room with her that she was like, I know your name, but I just don't remember. You know what I mean? And I'm like, Khaliah. And she's like, oh, right. What are you doing here? The same thing you're doing here.
Right.
And it's free. And the sad part about the industry is that you idolize a lot of people because you in the industry, you don't know about it until you get in it.
Right.
So when you get in it, you don't know it, so you just think, well, this is what it's supposed to be. I literally, when I tell you I've manifested every single thing. Remember, I'm 15. So I wore a scarlet letter. Remember, you're not supposed to hang out with me. She's never going to be anything.
She's loose. She's having babies. She's going to be
she's
poor.
Gonna have multiple
Right.
babies. And these are coming from my godmother from church.
Right. This is coming from your family.
Like my family.
Right.
Like, you're like, this is just what it's going to be. And then I look at my life and I look at some of the people that, labeled me their grandkids, have multiple babies' mothers, their grandchildren, or
Because
the
this
one.
is just part of the human experience.
And you know what it was? And my daughter always tells the story. She says, my mom always told me that I never want to be a better parent to another kid than you, since she was my first. Like, my daughter is only 16 years older than me. So sometimes, we battle it out. Because I'm like, I brought you in. I will take you out. Don't ever let the age thing fool you. Still, for 16 years, I knew more than you. So, I thank God for her because she gave me purpose. If it wasn't for her, I would not be a stylist. Because think about it. I'm 18 in a parent-teachers conference. I'm the only one with a two-piece business suit. You get what I mean? Because I want them to take me seriously.
Right.
And everybody would always ask me the same question. You're Moet, and it's the Moets.
Right. You're Moet's mom.
So
you set yourself up for that shit, though.
You're Moet's mom. And I remember, my friend OCU Minoru, he was playing for the Giants one year.
Right.
And he gifted like footballs to my daughter, and she gave one to her teacher.
Right.
My daughter came back and she was like, Mom, I think I'm going to make the honor roll this year, because her teacher was like, I can't believe your daughter gave me a signed football, because her teacher loved football.
Right.
So these were the perks of being a stylist. And I look back at my life and I'm just so grateful. I really am, because if I listened to the names that they called me, I wouldn't be sitting here.
Right. What drove your purpose? Was it just your daughter?
My daughter, my mom. See, when I tell stories, rest in peace, Dexter King, because I just found out that he died. But stories are, my mom worked for the Martin Luther King Commission. My mom was a journalist. She interviewed people. So she interviewed Queen Latifah's mom, and she worked for the Bruno Group, which gave her grant access. She worked for all the municipalities. So I would go to all these different events, and I didn't really understand how important my mother was until growing up and realizing, when I hear my mother and I hear all these prominent people, Cory Booker, this one, that one, talking about how important my mother is. So yes, it's been a foundation. I'm glad that I didn't listen to what they called me and let it really shape me. That I've always been the girl that's come from nothing. Like, literally, Kai can attest. Like, when I styled Scarlett, I pulled up with a shopping cart, and she looked at me and was like, "Oh, I'm definitely not gonna like anything that you have." I'm like, aren't you from a foster home?
Right. Relax. You got to settle down.
And I'm not trying to be funny and use that in any type of way, but I'm just saying, like, I look at the game and I look where we're at. Life before social media was so much better. This new generation, I love you all. I respect you all for what you're doing. But the game 20 years ago and the game now, I can't believe I'm still in the game.
Right.
Because the OGs in the game that paved the way, I respect every single one of them. think about it, Misa made me an award-winning stylist. It was Pamela Watson who was the first person that I got to style Method Man with. Method Man was someone that I manifest because I was the only person I ever wanted to work with because I was a fan first, him and Nas. Got to work with both of them. Didn't know anything about styling, what a stylist was. And then I become a stylist. Never had a budget, don't know. Become product placement because all my friends were in different places and labels, and they would say, here, Khaliah, do this, give it to the artist, and you can keep it. So my niche was, look, I'm giving this to you. That was always my niche. You can have it, you can have it, you can have it.
Right.
I can have it?
Right.
Do you know how many people said to me, big people, no one's ever given me anything before. Right. So that was my niche. If I styled Jadakiss, here Jadakiss, Illionaire Society gave this package to you. Who? New brand, you know what I mean? But they're super dope. Stack Money Apparel, new brand, but they think they're dope. Even when I met Kai and she saw some of the brands that I had, she's like, wow, you really go in on brands. And I just feel like, imagine if we all really monopolized off of the branding. Like, I call myself the Black Jew because I literally wear brands on my back.
You got it. The hat. It's kind of giving me Black Jew.
Chill out.
So look, because a lot of people may hear the word stylist and they may even have a periphery knowledge of the work, but they may not really know the economics. You earn a lifestyle, you earn a living as a stylist. Tell us how that works. Like, how does a stylist go from LORs to corporations?
I'm gonna tell you this.
Yeah, give it to me.
You should never, when you start this game, you should really start with test shooting, get your book up.
Tell us what test shooting is.
So test shooting is finding different photographers that will shoot with you for free. So now they want to build their book up. They want to show like their range in photography, and you want to show your range in styling.
Right.
So
you get a model
and you dress
put some clothes on the model.
Dress them to the
you shoot the model.
Right. And that's a test shoot.
Right.
And then if the photographer is really, really good and has relationships with different like magazines,
then they're showing this stuff.
They're showing your test shoots. They're like, look at this editorial we did. What do you think would work? And is it possible that it could get published?
Right.
So that's the beginning of styling. The fundamental of styling really though is to be able, you should have good credit because in the beginning it's a lot of
on the arm.
Right, on the arm. You know what I mean? Especially if you don't know the people.
Right.
And my best advice would be to anyone who's trying to start off in styling, don't give up. It's a long road. It's a process. It's a journey. I've been doing it for 20 plus years. I think these years have been my best years. The last pre-COVID, since COVID, I really feel like the last couple of years have really shaped me for who I am because people like you will bring me, Kai will bring me on this platform and people are like, wow, I didn't know she did this. I didn't know she did this.
Right.
And it's our time right now. Right now it's a time to pay homage to anybody that's been in fashion and music because everything is coming back. So the 90s is very relevant. The 2000s are right now. And we live in a no gender world, which is kind of scary to me, but this is just where we're at. So I would say to anybody, don't give up, no matter what they say. If you don't understand it, follow stylists, DM them, ask them questions. If they don't respond, then go to the schools, go and to different organizations because it's really, with social media, as much as people hate it, it's really been a good tool for people.
Right.
Like, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but what I wanted to say is, but you are dancing around the fact that you have a particular skill set. What are you good at? How did you do this for 20 years? What is Khaliah good at?
Khaliah is good at finding brands. Khaliah is good at taking something from nothing and really go getting it. Like, Khaliah, your budget is $0, but yeah, I gave you I've given $3 million worth of product in 20 years for free, off of just finding brands, and here like giving it out to people.
That's that girl that didn't want to wait online at the club.
Never, and I utilize this for the greater good. I gave myself the title as the product placement queen.
Right.
I'm the queen at this. Because I remember the top dogs was like, you got to pay me. The top editors at Source and Double XL, shout out to Coffee and Smiley and all those people who really were the face behind these brands really being successful. You know, I feel like if it wasn't for them, there would be no me. But when they kind of like said, the industry's not what it used to be, I never left streetwear. I never went to Gucci. I never went to Louis Prada, never, because I'm like, they have enough stylists. But let me go to, when April Walker still had Walkerwear, I was like, you're still producing Walkerwear? I need it. And if it wasn't for April, I wouldn't know Kai. You get what I mean? And April to this day is like, nobody works harder than you. You know what I mean? You're like just.
I told you, I've never seen you not working.
Like, but because I don't know what else to do. Like,
Right.
I'm a woman. They only see us one way, and that's on our knees. And I know it. You may not, but like, you only get 5 minutes to present yourself. A lot of people know me as dancing. Like, oh, that's the girl that's gonna do a split on the floor. That's the girl, and I
You
still
doing splits still?
still doing splits.
Right.
I blame the shy. I
Yeah,
blame
you're gonna take a trip.
Iverson champagne and Moet and different things
Right.
like that. From,
Right.
oh, did I just know? Oh. Different things like that because I was a party girl. So the fact that I came out of that is such a blessing.
Where is the industry with regards to styling now? Like, so
French
a lot of
Montana said no stylist. These new kids, they don't know what a stylist is. They don't respect the stylist because they're getting real money. You know what I mean? Like they're getting $1 million deals off of TikTok.
Right.
I go to the store, I shop. What stylist? You're kind of like scheming me. What are you doing?
Right.
You're coming
You're
here,
getting
pay
money to put on shit that I already know
like,
I need to
know,
wear.
like,
Type
come
shit.
on. So for me, it's about branding. Okay, cool. You know Louis. You know this. You know that. Who's that?
Right.
Oh, this is fly denim.
Right. So it's almost like a treasure hunt. It's
Oh,
almost
wait.
like, look, let me put you onto some shit I know you don't know about.
At all.
Because the other thing, though, too, is what I noticed is a lot of these young artists, they pine to be part of, like, Fashion Week with a brand. So in Paris, they just did the thing, and you see all the rappers out there wearing Louis, wearing this, wearing that. So in that way, does that kind of cut off the middleman, which is the stylist?
Of course, but you know what? A good stylist is gonna work with brands. Like I'm not just the stylist; I'm the product placement queen. So like everybody's gonna be in Fashion Week. I'm gonna be at Project. I'm gonna be talking to the brands from LA, this place, and I'm gonna get the person who's in charge, and I'm gonna get all new brands, and then I'm gonna come home and I'm gonna get a bunch of packages from new brands, and I'm gonna give them to different celebrities because that's the whole point, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna be in Project talking about Kai and different brands that I work with. Like you guys should be doing some type of cross branding.
So you've been in this game 20 years. Award-winning stylist, product placement queen.
Lifetime Achievement Award this year. I just got a Lifetime Achievement Award. Shout out to Kerry Singleton from President Biden.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, last President Biden showed you some love.
and what's so cool about it is I didn't even know I was getting the award. My friend, and this is why, guys, you got to take things seriously when people nominate you for things. He's like, "Oh, I'm nominating you for an award."
Right.
Thank you. Thinking it's an organization he's cool with.
Right.
He sends me the picture. You know how you kind of zoom in? I'm like, I know that does not say that that's from President Biden.
Right.
Signs the proclamation, gives you a pin, the president pin. I said, please address me as.
Right.
Elijah.
It's different.
Address me
That's why
as
you rock the first. That's why when I came here, I was like, yo, you gotta wear a coat because it's happening right now.
And we're gonna drink onto that. So
right.
shout
Indeed.
out to Kerry Singleton because you know what he said. He said nobody works harder than you.
Mm-hmm.
The award is for someone who exemplifies in volunteer services, in community, and just a hard worker. And he said, I'm telling you, it's the shopping cart. The shopping cart really, to me, signifies, and the reason why I push it so much, because it's like, Carl Kanai pushed the shopping cart, and he's a millionaire. And just because you may not see Carl Kanai in New York City, man, his sneaker is number I think it's number like in the top 4 in Germany. You get what I'm saying? So I need people to understand. Don't look at what you see here.
Right. Well, it's global. The market's global now.
And I need people to understand the global aspect of streetwear and just fashion in general.
Right.
Love New York City. I'm from New Jersey. I hustle out of New York City. But if you know what sourcing is, and that Kai is so into that knowing, when you find out who really is behind these brands, it'll change your whole life.
Where do you live now?
I still live. I'm bi-coastal. I'm a nomad. No, I'm from New Jersey. I live in New York City right now. I reside out of the Bronx, but that I'm moving again. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna stay in New York City. The way the world is going, I like to really be a traveler. I have some things happening on my podcast.
We're going to talk about the things happening, but I just want to, just for a second, because again, like I said, I only know you from working, right? And we've talked about the work for the last 55
I'm really this emotional
minutes.
soul. Like
I want to know
I'm the
personally, who is Khaliah in the
She's
like, are you
a
happy?
Crazy mess.
What
She's
you
a
be doing?
hot. She
What you
is
be doing?
a
Tell me what you be
light
doing.
freckle girl.
Right?
Who it's hard for me. I'm looking for a man to match my fly.
You single.
I mean, I'm not married.
So, nobody hitting us on that.
Gray sweatpants only. Put in the DM.
So you got to wear gray sweatpants.
It's a must.
Right. You got to wear gray sweatpants.
Send me your best gray sweatpants pic and I'll marry you.
Right. So, are you happy now?
Am I happy being what?
Being Khaliah.
Oh, amazing. It's a mamate. That's bigger than a moment. But holidays are trying for me.
Because you're single.
Every
time I say that, you give me some shit. Like, do you have a nigga? Like, yo,
I don't have a nigga. Because that's an ignorant man.
Do you have a man?
Who claims
Do you have a
Khaliah?
boyfriend? Right. Who claims Khaliah? Somebody at us.
Whoever claims Khaliah, at me, and then I'll say you on Instagram.
Okay, perfect. Y'all heard that.
Because in all hindsight, I'm on my Beyonce and Jay-Z. When did Beyonce start claiming Hov?
Yo, it took a minute. Hov was doing whole songs about her before she started claiming.
So that's what I'm gonna do.
It took a minute.
Put me on social media on your post,
right.
And then I'm in a situation.
You got a situationship.
But I've had this situationship my whole entire. I'm always in a situation.
Right, you're a long-term situation.
I like this guy, but then he broke my heart, and now since he broke my heart, I'm talking about you on social media, and I'm just like. And so once he was off the market, then now I'm like, I gotta keep.
So outside of relationship, which sounds
men suck. I wrote a book called Dictator because Dick will take you.
Do you have the book?
I don't have it.
Is it out?
Oh no, I'm putting it out. This is the thing. If I put it out, it's gonna. I don't know. I don't want to say it's gonna destroy me, but it's gonna arouse people to start thinking and questioning my life. Remember, I had a baby at 15. I've kept a diary since from 15 until now.
Right.
So my whole life I've written down, and in COVID, I really let it all out. When I went back and I wrote it, I was like, ooh, I need to be with an Issa Rae. I got my boy, he went to Howard. His brand is called the Urban Wall Street.
That's my man. That's Earl. Yeah.
So shout out to Earl. We got some things in the works. So I'm thinking about doing my documentary, which is 1 foot in, 1 foot out, Tales from a Girl from Jersey. So I have it in a book form and I have it ready.
That sounds hot.
It's super hot. And it's my life from 15 till now.
That sounds hot.
It's super hot.
But outside of that, outside of the situationships, outside the book that's gonna blow.
Oh, it's gonna take the world by storm because men are gonna love me because this is one thing I really.
I feel like men love you already.
Not the way I need them to, but I really feel like we need to really, really give men their flowers, and not only just more so black men. I feel like black men, you need a day more than Father's Day. Like you just need maybe a month. You know, you have Black History Month. I feel like.
Black Man Month.
Black Man Month for 30 days of just
I need that.
Spoiling a man.
Yes, I need
catering
that.
a
That's
man.
what I'm talking about.
Giving
Kai,
him his flowers.
that's what we need.
I love it.
April. I think April will work.
No,
I got some shit
that's
to
my
do in
birthday
March.
maturity. So
Yeah,
I
April will
would
work.
love, and I just feel like we don't appreciate men.
Right.
I think men sacrifice so much. I think they've gone through a lot of trauma that they don't get. Like a man can't just cry like
Right.
during the day. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Sorry.
No,
But
you're good.
I really want to shout out men, and I really want them to understand that I love you. I wish that more women would give you your flowers. I wish that it's not so hard to be a man.
Right.
And I love dressing them.
I was gonna ask you that.
Over
Who do you
girl-
prefer dressing
men,
more,
all
men or
day,
women?
men.
Why?
Because they're so easy. They're appreciative. They love a girl to drop down on their knees with a lip brush and squat and bend down and tie their sneakers and
Right.
take the lint off of them. That's
Right.
sexy to them.
Right.
A girl needs reassurance.
Right.
And if I never even really dress up on set. Like this, I would never go on set. I'm sweats
you dress down.
all the time.
Mhm.
Especially when I'm styling men.
Right.
Because, their wives are there.
We were out one night. Kai, where were we? And you had to drop something off to her. Where were we?
Oh, we
Where were we coming from?
we were coming from the movies. We were coming,
coming
from
from
Clarence, and then we
The
went
Book
to
of Clarence.
Yes,
The Book of
yeah,
Clarence.
wow.
Right.
Oh, you were there? You were
Yeah, I
part
was
of
in
that?
the car.
car.
Yeah, I was in the
Let me
car.
tell you
In the
something.
truck.
I know I mentioned her a lot. No one in the industry is like Kai. I've been in the game for 20 years. You heard what you just said?
Yeah.
She came to pick up her merch.
Yeah.
Do you see where we're at?
Yeah.
Class up, last of a dying breed.
Of course.
Like
yeah.
literally, when she leaves me, I cry. I'm like, thank you, God. Please don't ever let me burn this bridge. Like, God, please. Like, I love her. If we could do 2 hours just of some of the stories, me and her,
I
of
can
just
imagine.
like styling.
I
Like,
can imagine.
literally, I curse people out. Like, do you want to burn a bridge? Like, do you never want this woman to work with me? She's like, Khaliah, I understand. I'm
Right.
like, just shoot me.
I think one of the wildest things about our friend circle is that we know that Kaisha has Hip Hop Closet, and we all kind of play a role in the business in some form or fashion, but we still don't understand the depth of the shit that she does.
Let me tell you.
So I
something.
come in here and I'm the host, right? And I come in here on Tuesdays, I come
You're
and
so-
sit down
You're
and
so
I do my
wild.
shit, right? In karaoke, I do my shit and I do my shit. I was a model forever. Jason models forever. But we still don't understand the work that Kaisha does.
No, you understand. That's why you come in and you model for her, and that's why you do everything you do, because it's so interesting. When I saw you and you posted your twin, I'm gonna call her your twin. Your youngest is that?
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't even know that was a role in your life, right?
What, fatherhood?
No, of the second, because you have 2, right?
I have 3 children,
Oh,
but I
see?
have one older one. Like I had, my daughter's 28, and then
Right.
I have an 8-year-old and a 5-year-old.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I took some time off.
See, but that's so cool. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So do you feel like you're a better father
Absolutely.
from the 8 to the
The
5?
father that my younger 2 children have is not the father my eldest daughter had. It's different.
No, totally.
I'm older, I have more resources, I'm more wise, I understand more what being a father and the importance of fatherhood. And in losing my father kind of catapulted this thing in me, like, you gotta know that you're not gonna be there forever for these kids. And so every day, every moment matters more because of that.
Are you single?
No, I have a girlfriend.
Dope.
I have a whole girlfriend. She's amazing.
Shout out to the
He has a
amazing
whole
women.
girlfriend.
Yeah, I got a whole girlfriend.
Whole girlfriend.
Yeah, she's out in LA now. Shout out to Brian.
Oh, so you have a long distance relationship?
No, she lives right here. And she
Oh,
lives
okay.
near
That
us.
was gonna be like, that's a whole time.
No. I wouldn't do a whole long distance.
Why wouldn't you do a long distance?
Because at the age I'm at right now, I need.
You need that every night loving. I
I
get it. Follow him on Instagram. Marlon
but
Bright.
it's but for me, it's like it's necessary to have a day-to-day connection. I've tried long distance before. I've tried everything. Let me be clear with you. I've done it all, right? Long distance doesn't work for me because it's like you're holding on to something and everything is about the future. Like, what are we doing? right?
We're dating from two
Right.
different
And
places.
if we can date from two separate places, but then I'm gonna date here as well.
See, that's not the momante. You gotta reach
That's
chapter
why I
4
don't
and
do long
5.
distance relationships.
Whole nother show, guys.
Right, whole nother show. But what I wanted to ask you was, where are we going with Khaliah in the next 20 years? Because the
Khaliah.
last 20 years has been eventful.
Oh man.
Where are we going in the next 20
Khaliah
years?
is Who's Styling Who Unveiled. That is dropping next month. Khaliah Clark is producing and curating her own fashion shows. That's a big thing. I'm coming off of Carl Kanai's fashion show for Miami Fashion Week. I do a kids fashion show at the British Virgin Islands. That's called Summer Sizzle. And I'm just really taking the world by storm. Like, I have a lot of things I can't talk about. I'm definitely dropping the book, Dictator. This year, it's coming out because it needs to come out, and I want to salute men. I think this may be the year for me because...
It's funny because Dictator doesn't sound like you're saluting men.
Let me tell you guys. Dick, let me tell you. And it's Dick will take you around the world. And the reason why I say this to women... Then listen to this. Dictator, right? Women say men are...
I need my other rosé.
Bring the other rosé. Let me ask you this, right? And this is you are in a relationship, right?
I am in a relationship, yeah.
Okay.
And I just announced it. Like, so people that see...
Okay, wait.
Yeah.
She's on here.
Right.
Shout out to...
Right, I just announced it. That was the funny part to me. I just really kind of announced it.
Yeah, because Kia's like, wait, what?
Nah,
She's in the building. And
Yeah.
she's like,
Brian
we
is
got a
here.
boo. Yeah.
Brian is
She's
here.
like,
That's
we got a
my
boo.
boo. Right,
We all need a boo.
Right, that's my
And
lady.
let me say this. So let me tell you what Dictator's about.
Right.
Dictator is to the women, right?
Right.
Stop complaining about your man, right? Because a lot of women say, oh, men are so complicated. Men do this. I think a lot of men are very straight up. We are like the peanuts. We kind of listen to the wonk, 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 wonk,
I
wonk,
agree.
wonk, wonk. So men say, just got out of a relationship.
Right.
Guess what the girl says? Well, he hasn't dated me.
Yo,
so
I've dealt with that.
So in no way. So if the man just said,
Look at Kyle's face.
so if the man just said he came out of a relationship, right? In no way do you have a chance, right?
Right.
But now you're stressing him.
Girls don't hear that. Women don't hear that. They hear what they want to hear.
All right. So then why are you mad at him 90 days later when he still doesn't want to commit? to
Right.
you? Right.
I'm gonna buy your book.
Right. So then we got
Right.
trauma versus trauma.
Right.
Most people come into relationships, no one talks. They're just like, you look fly, I want to fuck you, like I want to get in bed. So
Yeah.
now you have the sex part.
Wait. What you said is so profound. No one talks.
No one talks.
No one talks.
Let me tell you something.
Saying I want to fuck you. Saying, yo, you beautiful. You look good. Right. That's not talking.
No, they just
Right.
make me look good.
Right.
And then by the end of the conversation is, wow, you've been through a lot. You know a lot. Oh, you're a stylist. I literally just met a guy, right? And this backfired on me. So normally guys tell me, oh, like, you think I'm supposed to sweat you because you gave me a t-shirt? I'm like, sweetie, I have 5 nephews, 7 to be exact. Like, I don't have to give you shit.
Right.
Like, my love language is clothes. So, like, I love
You
dressing.
giving dudes t-shirts? Though?
I'm giving
You didn't bring no t-shirts for us.
you don't know what I bought. We're gonna go off air,
All right.
sweetheart.
All right.
I didn't know
All
he
right.
was the 2X man,
I'm the
but
2X
I got you.
Right.
So, this all backfired on me because
Yeah.
normally men like to throw in my face like, "Oh, I don't care about your T-shirt. You get it for free. It's not like you really put thought in it." I'm like, "Sweetie, I don't have to give you clothes. Like, you can go shop.
Right.
I enjoy giving you things that you don't even know about. Like, you know what I mean?" So I actually met a guy who this is all he talks about. Like, oh, can you give me this? Can you give me
So
that?
he constantly asks you for clothes.
We don't talk, but I'm just saying, like, these are the situations
See,
that.
that's why when you find your person, it's very.
Where is my person?
We gotta we communicate. Like we really, really have communication because people don't talk to one another anymore. Like you could listen, dudes can get connected with women and get
I like the mind.
off of a DM though. I come from the era of phone conversations. If you could keep me on the phone for 3 hours,
Remember that? And your mom is like, get off. Picks up the phone, they're like, get off
That's
the
the era
phone.
I
And you're like,
come
I'll call you back tomorrow. Like,
right?
And
You hang
that
up.
we
No,
don't,
you hang
we
up.
don't,
No,
you hang up.
Right.
Like, when was the last time you said you hang up?
Recently.
What was
Brianna knows. Brianna, comment
that
on
is
when the last
so
time we
dope.
did that.
That's what I'm saying.
Comment on the last time we did
I'm
that.
such a hopeless romantic that
Right.
I fall for guys for simple things, such as you carried my bag.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
you picked me up and brought me home.
Right.
We're together. You get what I'm saying? Like, things like that. It's not,
Yo, that's what she said. You picked me up and brought me home. We together now.
we're together. Like, you
Right.
carried a bag. Like,
Right.
people don't understand the significance of finding someone that gets you.
Yeah. I get it.
I would, if a girl, her name is Boss Lady Kiki. I did an Art Basel show. She said, if you found a guy right now and he told you I would totally take care of you, quit the industry, what would you do?
You
It's
quit
been
the
a
Peace.
great 20 years.
Mhm.
Follow me on Instagram and follow my love couple journey.
Right.
Just like that. They're like, really? You're such a because imagine working all day, carrying bags, don't know where your check's coming from, stressing, calling somebody that they owe you money, and then you come home and the first thing you do is walk through that door and your man is like, babe, I drew a bath for you. You told me you'd be third. Like, I cooked for you. Let me just give you, fuck all that other stuff and just be like, let me give you, as soon as you walk in,
Right.
I would die.
Right. So let me ask you this, because you do a lot of podcasts. You speak in this space a lot. Why do you think there's such this adversarial relationship between black men and black women?
Because black women are scared of a good black man. You want this man, right? This man has to have 6 figures. He has to look good. He has to dress good, smell good, have all this. So how can he possibly be home with you 7 days a week?
And do all of that.
That's
Right.
almost like, and then you bring nothing to the table, but you're so pretty. You might cook a meal, and you look great. Follow me on Instagram, Khaliah, because I'm still perplexed. I'm still following you girls and wondering how this all works. But it happens because on Instagram, these girls are multimillionaires, and then they find their evenly yoked guys. But look what's going on in the world right now, so we know that that's all bull crap. So I don't idolize anybody. I look at men and I just be like, you're dope. Even if you could even be a woman beater. I don't know this because I don't know. But if you show a light, and I tell people, guard your glow, because I feel like
I like that, guard your glow.
That's the guy from my boy Pete. That's his slogan. But I realize there's so many dope men that just get, and I say that like just get swallowed up because a lot of men go for attraction. So these pretty women that they think that they are so like, I call them a mamante, bigger than a moment, hurt these men, and then they come to me. And it's like, oh, I treated her good, I took her on trips, I did all these things, and now you don't have any money for me because she took me. So now I'm stuck with paying for the trip, and I have to pay for the dinner.
So do you do that? You pay for trips?
Always, I do that so I don't have to fuck. I definitely will.
So if you pay for a trip, you're not fucking?
Yeah, I pay for the trip. You're fucking me. You do what I say. I pay for the trip. Like,
so if you
and I gave you a t-shirt and tips.
Fellas, at this right now, if y'all want to go on a trip with Khaliah, if y'all want to go on a trip,
I'm gonna dress you. I give you a starter pack. When you get with me,
you give him a starter pack.
Yeah, fresh underwear, like.
Shout out to Derek Jeter.
Look at Jay. Look at Jay's knee. Jay's knee is moving like.
Think about it, right? This is the problem with a lot of people, right? Let's say if you just meet somebody and you have random sex, right?
Right.
They call it the walk of shame. Not with me. I'm giving you a full
look. So when they leave your crib, they come with a new look. They can walk the runway.
Go home to your girlfriend.
Right.
And to be
go home to your girlfriend.
I say this in the. I'm like, because we don't know. It's perception versus truth. I never take a guy seriously until 90 days.
Yeah.
Like, and even at 90 days, like, you say red flags, I say pink flags. Because I'm the pink flag. Like, and 30 days messing with me, you might not talk to me again. You're like, there's no guy that's ever dated me who never says this. What happened now, Khaliah? I came to Brooklyn.
Because you got a lot going on.
A lot. So all I want is a hug and some.
So hold on, wait. I want to address that, because as a man, when you take on a woman, you have to be there for that woman in those moments, because every woman has those moments where she puts something on, she doesn't like how it looks, or she has an experience that's adverse, she wants to talk to you about it, or the entire world seems to be crumbling. It really isn't, but she feels it is, and you have to.
Let me tell you something. If I had dealt with anybody with your voice, I would listen to everything they said, because you just have a soothing voice. You're like, babe, you gonna make it. I'm like, okay,
Right.
You are, because you just have, and no disrespect to your girl, that's a blessing to be able to sit down with a man and say, and just be a woman. So many women are alphas, and we get confused.
Yeah, in that masculine.
We're like, I don't need you. No, I need you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I will never tell a man I need you.
Mm-hmm.
I need you, and I don't want to be hard. I don't want to be like, yo, my nigga. Like, that is so, like, that's crazy to me.
Right.
When you're talking to a guy, yo, bro. Like, whoa.
Right.
Like, if that even comes.
Younger girls say that,
but
yo,
that's
bro,
so,
yo, right.
That's so corny to me. Like, if I address a man, yo, bro.
Right.
And the guy looks, and because guys look at me like, because it comes out sometimes, because I'm just so all over the place.
Right.
So I'm like, if I'm mad at you, I'm calling you bro.
Right.
And he's like,
right.
bro,
that ain't
really?
right.
Yeah. So like, for me, I want to be a girl. I just want to be soft.
Gotcha.
So shout out to any man that's trying to scoop me up. Just hold
Follow
me.
at Khaliah Club.
Just let me go like this.
They want to know what's included in the starter.
The starter pack comes.
What's in the starter pack?
For a friend.
We need to know.
The starter pack goes as follows. This is
Oh,
the
shit.
starter pack.
Okay.
So you
Let me
have.
pop this next bottle.
You have
Right, bring me my rosé.
You have a good. If you
we
deal
going.
with me, a night with me is when you wake up. You have a fresh pair of underwear, good T-shirt, good pair of clean socks.
What if the night before wasn't all that?
Though I'm still.
You still blessing them.
God bless. It's like
God bless you.
God bless you, because I'm never gonna talk to you again, but you'll
Right.
always remember me.
Right,
Like,
gotcha.
damn, Shorty really did me
She
good.
blessed me.
Like,
I didn't bless her, but she blessed me. All right, tell her what the starter pack is.
the starter pack is a good fresh pair of underwear. So I'm always gonna ask you the night, like, what size are you? That's the first. That's more than what's your name. What size are you?
Right.
Medium, large.
Right.
Okay,
2XL.
2XL.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So now I got you in that range.
Right.
So now I'm giving you underwear. I'm definitely giving you a fresh pair of tees, socks. It's the minimum. Toothbrush, mouthwash. This is all in the gift bag. Like
This is in the starter pack.
starter pack. It's called the Who Styling Them. Who styling?
Who's styling who?
Who's styling you? So that.
Yo, Kai, did you hear what's in the starter
I
pack?
heard it, and I'm.
How many dudes have gotten the starter pack?
Very few.
Give me this.
And the reason why I say that, the reason why it's the very few, because they don't start with the starter pack.
Right.
They get the starter pack because they made it to
They
the,
made it to
they
the
made
next
it
level.
to the next level. So
Right.
you get a starter pack, and then you just start getting packages.
Right. Right.
And then I realized I'm spoiling men. So
You
now,
are. I was gonna
no
say.
longer do men get the starter pack.
Right.
They start getting questions. I realize I don't ask men enough questions. Like, where's your girlfriend? Because a lot of men come out.
Is your girl?
A lot of men come out on a Thursday or a Friday in an argument. See, a lot of women don't really understand that.
Mhm.
When a man says I'm out, in their mind, they're out.
Right.
That doesn't mean they don't love you.
Right.
That means they're out.
Right.
Don't let them go out, ladies. Like,
Don't let
no, and the reason
I'm
why
about to cut this live off. She said, "Don't let them go out."
the reason why I say that is because think about somebody like you.
Right.
Imagine you have a fight, right? With
who? With
your lady,
Right.
right? Now you go out to blow some steam off. You may call Mess. I call him
Right.
his social
Right.
media, right?
So
Now-
be a mess outside.
Like you guys are both intelligent black men, right? Now you're going out just to talk to your homeboy, tell him,
Right.
yo, shorty, she wildin'. I ain't gonna really.
Right. Yeah,
I ain't really
right.
gonna do it, no.
Right.
Then out of nowhere, here comes me.
Right.
You
You come with that theme music.
I'm like,
Not the music.
because that's me. Like I'm like,
Right.
and
Right.
I'm the life of the party. So
Mhm.
let's just say you're not even in a lounge, but all of a sudden you see me and where's the music coming
Right.
from?
Music.
Why?
Where's
Like,
the music?
where-
I'm
so
dancing.
like
I don't
this.
know why I'm dancing.
Cause that's me,
Right.
and there's stars around me,
Right.
and you're
There's
just
an
like,
aura.
yeah,
You
you're
see
just
the
like,
aura. Like, what the fuck is that?
I just want to ask her one question. You don't even get you think it, and here I come. Hi.
Right.
So now you're like, who are you? I'm Khaliah Clark.
Mhm.
You know, blah blah blah. We're just talking, normal night.
Right.
Now we're so engulfed in just talking, because
Right.
guess what? You came out to talk to your homeboy. Here comes
Right.
me. We're just talking. We're having a good conversation. I'm telling you about my book, and I just
Right.
think men are the gorgeous, and blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And you're just like, wow. Like, I just really had a cool conversation with
Right.
Shorty.
Right.
No disrespect to the girl that you have at home.
Right.
But now you go home and you don't know why you're still thinking about me.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Now you start to question yourself. Like,
Uh-huh.
what the? You know what I'm saying? Like, why is this happening? And guess what I do?
What is it?
Hey, it was a pleasure
You
meeting.
text, right? That's
It
the
was a pleasure. You didn't even give me your number. I find you
You
on
find it,
social
right.
media.
You DM
I
that.
just wanted to tell you it was a
Right.
pleasure meeting you.
Right.
Now, am I wrong for reaching out? Because you never, in this whole conversation, you're lost in the sauce. You forgot to tell me I have a girlfriend, because you're not thinking about
But that's
that.
an issue, though.
But so many men, I don't
Right.
think you would do that.
Right.
Personally, I feel like
No, but that's an issue.
Rue one, you would have told me like, yeah, you're
Right.
super dope, but I'm
Right.
in a I feel like
Right.
other conversation would get there. But imagine so many people who get lost in the
They get lost in the environment, right.
We don't even ask questions.
So here's what I'm gonna tell you though. So I hear you, and I'm glad that we on this. This ain't even
Yeah,
what
this
we.
went left.
Yeah, this went left. We going another 10
Nothing
minutes.
about
we need that.
stylists.
Right, nothing about styling anymore. But I feel you, right? And as men who are in relationships, what happens is when you go into the world, that woman exists in every space socially.
And how do you deal?
Right.
Just tell me for a friend.
But what I'm saying is, as a girlfriend, how do you manage that? Because you can't have your man in the crib.
Let me tell you something. I don't want my man in
You
the
can't
crib.
have your man up under you.
But
all the time.
I will never date a guy who the world doesn't want. Like, I need you.
You need the world to want
I
him.
need Lala said something very important to me a year. If you pay attention, she said it.
But if the world wants you enough, listen, 100 times, maybe one that slips.
No, because it does. A man only slips because he feels two things. And tell me if I'm wrong, because I'm not a man.
Right.
Can I do it?
Uh-huh.
Will she find out?
Uh-huh.
And is it worth it?
Right. So is it worth it is a big one.
Cool.
Right.
Am I ready to risk it all?
Right. Am I ready to risk it all? That's what we be saying is, am I ready to risk it all? Right. Is important. But then the other one is, there's a constant ego conversation that men have with power and influence. The more power and influence that a man has, the more apt he is to find that woman around. Because that woman doesn't appear around dudes that don't have power and influence. She don't around niggas that don't have power and influence. She circulates and orbits around a particular man. And as you move into that space of being that man, you find out that that man has to constantly buffer himself from that woman.
Drop the mic. This was a great show. I need your cousin. Where's he at?
Right there.
He's off the market. Shout
He's
out
off
to
the
your
market too.
Shout out to
Right.
your beautiful wife.
Right,
I mean,
he's off the
girlfriend.
market.
So
I meant.
Carlos invited us all to the I Love New York.
When is it? Tonight?
No.
16th, Thursday.
Oh, I'm
Thursday.
there because I'm back
Yes.
in 15.
So field trip. We're all gonna go.
I'm
And we're gonna
going.
find a man.
We're
for
gonna find a
Khaliah.
man for Khaliah, yo.
Thank you. Let me
Look.
tell you what I like. Cars. I just need you to have one car because I've done the last of a dying breed. I've been with broke. I've been with build a man. I've been with no speaking English man. I've been with it all, and I realized.
Wait a minute. You've been with no speaking English?
I'm just a joke. I know the reason why I say that is because my daughter's father, he's Ecuadorian, so that was my first
Right.
like Spanish.
Right.
And once I went with him, I was like, we're gonna just go straight. We're diving right into black men
Right.
because I had a baby by a Spanish guy.
Right.
Then when I went black, I'm like, remember the saying they say once you go black, you never
go
turn
back.
back. I believe that
Uh-huh.
because all black men are amazing, but there's just so many different levels to a black man.
Right.
You have your narcissist man, you have your educated man.
Yeah, that's awesome that you said that because you have that.
Yo, and it's like, imagine you're educated and you're a narcissist. It's like, it's a lot for men, but it's a lot for a woman. Like, if a woman is independent and she has her own bread, she always kind of goes for the guy that she can like,
right?
Because it's like, motherfucker, I got my money, and then when you meet a boss dude, because like I'm an alpha girl, so when I meet the boss, when I meet a boss, I'm not a boss. I'm like this,
right?
Like this.
You get soft.
So soft. I'm like, you're a boss. Like, I don't even want you to know I'm a boss. I'm like this.
Correct.
Starter pack +2. Like, I'll pay a bill.
We put extra drawers in that.
Like,
You get
the starter pack goes like this. It goes from that to I'll pay a bill. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
I'll pay a bill. What
like
you got?
I'll invest. You would need a pair of Timbs, the white Air Force Ones. I get 40%. Like, I rock with you.
I don't even wear Air Force.
But I'm just saying, like, whatever you need.
Right.
Like, my girl Kai has fur.
She got the whole shit. I get you a fur. I get you a Charlotte. I'll buy you a Charlotte.
Like, you know what's so funny? We make a joke, and no disrespect to Weinstein, but I realized, I'm like, am I like Khaliah Weinstein? Like,
Oh no.
like, do I really use clothes as a ploy to tell a guy?
So
like, I'll give you a starter jacket.
God, questions. Does anybody have questions?
Yes, Sherry had a question.
What's the question?
And she wants to know how does a quote unquote regular person style themselves? Like, what are like some keys to like elevating
Go
your
into
style?
your closet. Go into your closet. First, I tell everybody, go into your closet, right? Remember that they say if you over accessorize yourself, take one piece off. That's a lie. Look in the mirror. If you want to be that chick, and I say had BITCAs as a beautiful, intelligent, top choice honey.
Oh, okay.
Right, and that's Butterbean, right? So you could call me a B all day because that's what I feel like it stands for. It's okay to be that person. So you know how sometimes they be like, oh, if it's too much accessories, take one accessory off. No, be that girl. That piece that you're questioning is probably that's the piece that's really gonna, take the outfit to the next level.
Right.
Whenever you're questioning it, it's for a reason. So you're questioning it. Is it because does it look too good? Am I overshadowing somebody? Like, you always have to have those things in hindsight.
Gotcha.
Like, if it's someone's birthday, you really should not try to outshine the birthday girl. That happened to me one time when it was my birthday and a girl wore the same exact outfit, like the same material. I'm like, who does that? You know what I mean? Like, when styling yourself, know what you look good in. So like, if you know you look good in black is your color. Like, it does something for you. It slims you, but then dare to be different. Purples. Like, look at your skin tone and say, okay, can I wear this color? I'm scared to wear this color, but let me try to wear this color. And then ask 3 people, does it look good on me? But always question the person you're asking. If this person always tells you, is negative Betty, we're just gonna go. Let's ask somebody else. You know what I mean? This is why you have social media. Do a poll. Like, what do you guys think? You know what I mean? And don't be afraid to shop for the look for less. Everybody thinks that you have to be this label whore. That's a lie. A real good person with real style is when they ask you, excuse me, where is that? And you're like, that's Gap. That's the 10 spot. That's Rainbow. That's Sheen.
Old Navy.
That's Old Navy. That's the thrift store.
Right.
That style. Right. When I ask you,
I got a kimono short set from Sheen. Listen, I rocked it at the fashion show. Remember Kai, the fashion show? I rocked my kimono short set.
Yes.
I've never seen nobody else with this short set. It's a kimono.
Now, what I want you to do, you wore it already, right?
I've worn it like 3 times.
No, for the 4th time to make it out of this world, go put your name on it.
What you mean put my name on it?
It's either gonna be a rice kimono. It's gonna be.
What you mean? You mean actually write?
Somebody just asked me to embroider their name on their leather jogging suit. On their leather jogging set. Yeah,
because you wore it 3 times.
That's the new thing to like embroider your
Everything
name
is
on
embroidery.
your stuff.
Like, why are you not wearing? I need a Marlon Rice collection, and this is what I would give you 4 pieces. What would you think my 4 pieces would be?
Tell me.
I would give you.
What's my starter pack?
Monogram. Somebody said monogram.
Right.
Oh wait, Brenda said monogram.
Monogram. Oh, sure. So me and Brian already got a whole monogram.
But I need your brand to be
I'm gonna tell you a shit offline. CP. We got a whole thing.
I have a velour suit with just inscript it,
Right.
but I need you to go back with like some Diodora sneakers.
I got a pair of Deodoras.
I need that.
Yeah.
Your aesthetic to me
Uh-huh.
would be 4 things in your collection. You just need 4 pieces.
Give it.
Your hoodie, because you love a good hoodie.
I love a good hoodie.
I need a
I
great.
got another question.
All right, hold on.
Go ahead. One more.
Hold on, I want to hear my 4 though.
Oh, God.
I want to hear my 4. So,
So
the hoodie.
you got your hoodie, which is a signature. Like think about the old Feli track suits.
Right.
Give you that. I don't know your favorite color. What would be? Is it red?
It's like orange, red. Like.
So I would do it in a
that
full orange because
Yeah.
to stand out.
Yeah.
Black, a mix of an orange and a black.
Uh-huh.
I know you love your sneaker combo, so I would do everything to go back to your sneaker collection.
Uh-huh.
Then a signature hoodie of your name, which would be the MR. So it would be like a big M and then the Marlon and the signature, the R, and the right. It's like MR. It's like Mr.
Right.
Like that's very important. to
Right.
me.
Oh.
And then you would do, I need a suit, but I want the suit tailor made and inscripted. When you pull your jacket to the thing, is the Marlon Rice collection.
Okay.
And then I want to see you in a sneaker collection. I think you love sneakers so much that you should definitely have a sneaker.
Speaking of which, who won today?
Oh, can I keep it a buck?
Keep it a buck.
It's a first, second, and
Give it
third.
a buck.
Kai.
Can I keep it third? You started with third?
It's Kai.
I like those. I haven't seen those on Kai, and I like those.
These are brand new. I literally
like
just
those.
talked about
I do.
those.
I like
They
those.
came
When I
while I
saw
was away. They came while I was away. I was like, oh,
Yeah, when I saw
like
those, I was like, I like
the
them.
color. I've seen those. This is and then it goes like this. 1.
Uh-huh.
The only reason you get 2 is because your red is
Right. Okay.
red is
And
my
3.
color.
Oh,
And
they want to
3.
see. They want to see the
Let's
number
go ahead.
one.
Put the shoe. Come
Yeah,
on,
show 'em the
come
one.
on,
Show 'em the
Cat.
one.
Come on, Cat.
I love
And why-
those.
and
When I
why-
saw them, I was like, oh, I like
Why,
those.
why I got 3?
You got 3 because you wearing Kaepernicks.
You wearing because
Okay, wait. Let's get back to the questions.
Yeah, give
Give
us
me
more
all my
questions.
questions.
So, Style Code Quest. Shout out to Style Code Quest because you know we love.
So
them.
look, let me tell you something, Mr. Style Code Quest. Kaisha was missing you. She texted me a couple weeks ago. She was like, "Yo, where's the Style Code Quest?" So
When
I'm
you
happy
was
that
sick.
you back, bro.
When you were sick, you was sick.
I'm happy you back, bro.
So he said, have you ever had an outfit that you lost sleep over because you couldn't wait to see it on a client?
Oh yes. So I had it's this jean. I don't know if you guys remember this brand. It was called Crown Holder. At that time,
Yes.
Yeah.
it was a 500.
Facts.
Yeah, so Crown Holder, shout out to Trevor Clark. So he was sending me $500 jeans. At the Crown Holder, that was like a really expensive jean at that time. I literally had sent it to a client and I literally lost sleep because I'm like, are they gonna wear these jeans? Are they gonna the Crown Holder was the shit at that time, and I was trying to prove to Damon that I really was a product placement queen, and he just was not impressed. Damon from FUBU of my accolades. So it was this guy. Shout out to Haitian Boy Fresh. He's this Haitian artist, and he literally wore this Crown Holder outfit, BET Awards. Nobody had anything Crown Holder. Literally gave it to him, and the next day he wore it. Like that was for me losing sleep because it's like this brand had trusted me with so many pieces, and I literally went to the BET Soul Train and Music Awards. That's when they were in Atlanta. I think it was like 2000, maybe like 7, maybe at that time, or maybe 8 or 9, 10.
Right.
So that was a moment in time for me.
Nice.
Definitely.
Questions.
More questions.
Let's see. Sherry is just like, how is a jean ever $500?
I mean, that's minimum. Think
Shit,
about
PRPS
it.
was
No,
like
Sherry.
$350.
Shout out to PRPS.
Yeah,
Roy is my new contact, and that's funny that you said that. So, PRPS,
Wait, going back to this is back off styling and back onto guys.
Yeah, let's go. Right, let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Sherry wants to know. She wants her take on guys who ghost. She's like, I know the answer,
Yo,
but I
this
want your
became a
take
whole
on it.
Oh no, let me tell you something. You know why? Because let me tell you why it's important. A lot of women working women, because I'm not even gonna say like
Right.
women, just in general, like women when we get to a certain age, I don't know her age in particular, but I realized that it gets harder. It does not get easier.
Right.
So I wore a scar letter till I was 30. Remember, I had a baby at 15, so no guy, like, you're not going to take me serious at 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. No one wants to be a stepfather.
Right.
I didn't really start dating until like my late 25s going into
Once
30.
your child was older.
Like my daughter's
Right.
27. So
Right.
now when I say to a guy, oh, I have a 27-year-old, they're like, huh? You know what I mean? And I've been ghosted. I literally, you know what's so funny about being ghosted? You get ghosted by a guy that you're like, what the? Like, motherfucker, I was giving you a courtesy. You
Right.
get what I'm saying?
Right.
It's never, because when the guy that you really like ghosts you, that like changes you. You want to go into a spiritual cleanse. You're not going to have sex. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to find yourself. Like, I'm not. And I think that's where we go wrong.
Right.
When he ghosts you,
Right.
pick yourself back up.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that women should take ghosting very lightly.
Light. Because think about it.
You're getting off the hook, because if he doesn't like you, if he's not 10 toes down when it comes to you, you want him to ghost you.
No. You get ghosted because it's one or two things.
What is it?
He's a multiple dater, right?
Right.
So
And you just don't make the cut.
You don't. So it's like,
That's true.
and it's never you 100%, or it could be you. And
No, it could be you.
but see, I don't think a lot of women take into consideration first, second, third, fourth, 20-time dating. Like, a guy will be turned off by the fact that it was perception versus truth. So now for 20 dates, you look like this. And now you want to get comfortable. Now you start farting. You start, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't think that's why you get ghosted.
no, you think it's not. It's every man for itself.
Right.
You seem like we're gonna put you as the creme de la creme.
Right.
You're
I
like,
appreciate that.
and the reason why I say that is because you look like a man that like, sweetie.
Oh, I've ghosted.
No, but I'm saying that you are. But I feel like you ghosted. But if they contacted you, you'll give them a
I'll explain. Oh, I will explain.
But you're not gonna. It's not
I
gonna
will
be
definitely
extra additive. It's like,
Right.
I ghosted you, but if you want to find out,
If you want to know, I'll tell you.
let me tell you. And that's so admirable.
Right.
Because a ghost is they never tell you.
Oh,
anything.
no, I'll tell you.
Right. So that's why I say you're top tier.
Yeah.
So imagine you do nothing wrong.
Right.
And everything's good. You're like, because you know, girls, 2 dates in.
They love you. Oh, I love them. Right. We're together. We're a couple.
Like, I think about
We're gonna get married.
Call my mom,
Right.
and like I've already planned the trip. So like we're 2 dates in, but like the 4th date, I'm gonna ask him if he's ready for a trip.
Jamaica.
Miami. You know, so you
Miami.
start with Miami, and then maybe
I hate Miami. I don't go to Miami.
I tell people, please don't Miami me or Atlanta me to death.
I don't fucking deal with Miami or Atlanta.
Yeah, I mean, it happens. But I'm just saying, but just imagine. So think about this. So think about all the women that are so dope, right?
Right.
So dope.
Right.
They have their lives together.
Right.
They have a good bank account.
Right.
But they have no man, right? You know why a lot of prominent women don't have a man?
Why?
Because men that are together, they start going down the list. This is what I want. This is what she wants. Nobody ever decides let's try to make it work together. It's like, I have these wants. She has to look like this. She has to be like this. Maybe she's too old. Now a girl, we don't have that long list. It's like, do you have a job?
Do you get your hair cut every week?
Right.
Right.
Do you smell good?
Right.
Do you like your mom? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's your trauma issues?
Mm-hmm.
What's your credit score?
Mm-hmm.
How many kids do you have?
Mm-hmm.
Now, a guy be like, how many kids you have? 3. Okay, cool. How many babies fathers you have?
3.
But the crazy part is, right, there's some women that still get men, multiple men. Then there's women who kind of have it all together, and then you start being honest. You're like, well, I don't want the. Whoa.
Right.
Whoa.
It's difficult being an old school person living in a new school environment.
Oh, we got a question.
What's the question?
What's the question?
Where do I find these women?
Follow me on Instagram.
Shout out to Caldy.
Where do I find it?
Where do I find these women?
I believe it. Let me tell you something.
He said, "Sign me up."
Yeah. Trust me, and I say this, and you know what's so funny? Why we're not talking about styling?
Right.
Because there's so many women that really need to hear, like, I'm successful and I'm not the only one. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
there's women on this live that probably won't say nothing that's like, I knew my ass wasn't crazy. Like, she a bad bitch, and you know, she
Right.
still can't fight. Let me tell you something. I'm not messed up. I just have high standards. And when I say high standards is, can you read? You get what I'm saying?
You gotta chill out.
No, and then
She said, "Can you read?"
No,
that's a requirement.
no, you know what I'm saying? Because think about it. Just because he didn't go to college, that doesn't mean he's not book
Right.
educated. So he may have did 20 years. Like, I'm not gonna sugar honey iced tea on a dude that just came
That did a
home,
thing.
because
Right.
I've done that. Like,
Right.
I literally
Right.
did that. So
Right.
when I say this, and I wrote the book Dictator, because I went on a visiting. My second book is Visiting Floor. Because guess what I did? I dated a guy for 15 months and went 6 days out of a week on a visiting floor
You
and
went to
never
go see him 6 days a week?
6 days and never committed a crime.
Yeah.
Explain it to me. Guess what
Kamani said he met all 5 of those women. They got issues though. He was like, they got issues.
Who's that?
Kamani.
Shout to Kamani. Shout to
But it's
Kamani.
true, like, I'm a nutcase, but I'm
Right.
cute and I'm friendly. And I'm gonna give you a bath and I'm gonna dress you.
And
I'm
a
gonna give you
starter
You gonna
pack.
wash
underwear.
his hair?
Yeah. Like, I'm gonna
What do you want? You want a husband?
I don't know if I want that long.
See, I don't
stuff.
know what you want.
No,
I'm
I do,
confused.
because I'm confused too, because forever it sounds like the right? So then you're thinking, you're like, I don't like to fight.
Right.
Like, I live in this fantasy world, and maybe I'm wrong. You can tell me, because
Right.
you're in a relationship and there's other people in a relationship. I always want to be happy. I just want to give you head every time. Like, that's all I want to do. Like, you wake up, you're happy. I make you go to bed happy.
Right.
Like, I'm stressed. Make me
So
happy.
you can find happiness in a relationship.
Let me tell you something. I know I can.
Yeah, but that's
But I date guys that are traumatized and they don't know their worth, and I don't have time to build a man. Like, I need a hug. Like, I don't have time to not know what you're feeling. So I ask questions, and it's like, you're weird. Why are you asking this? I'm like, I don't know. Like, what's 5 + 7?
right.
12?
12.
Okay, cool. Follow me on Instagram. You guys think it's funny, but it's real life. Like, there's women
It's
out
tough.
here that don't get that. Like, we go on dates and we're like, and this is not my life. I'm just saying, like, I look at guys and I'm like, can this be my husband? And the reason why I say my husband, because it's like, like, when you give a man your body, like, I don't think people even look at it like that. They're like, people just lust off of each other. And then it's like,
Right.
after the lust, what do we have?
Right.
Oh, he has a chipped tooth. We didn't see that at first. You get what I'm saying? We didn't, because he never smiled. So you're like, oh, you have a chipped tooth. So then he tells you simple things that this new generation with guys,
Right.
the entitlement of a guy.
Right. Hold on, wait. I just want to finish the sentence, God. Let her finish. Let her cook. She's cooking.
The
She's cooking.
entitlement of a guy scares me, because
Right.
a lot of guys, right?
Right.
They're coming into relationships like, I need this because I gave this. I didn't do that to you. Like, you didn't do my nails, it wasn't why am I paying for what
the last-
somebody did to
Right.
you?
Pay it forward.
Follow
Right.
me on Instagram.
God, get it.
Okay, the last
Please
post,
help
what do you
us. Help
want
us,
to
guys.
No. Why do you think you haven't met the one?
Hello.
I think we should just do relationship podcast. We done changed the whole
The
shit.
reason
It's
why-
not even hip hop.
Because I didn't even get to ask about the boots.
Right. Like,
These
the fuck?
are the seven brand. The reason I don't think I found who my equal yoke is because I date. I like who likes me. Ladies, don't do that. Don't like
That
who
sounds a bit crazy.
what?
You like who likes you.
Right, like,
Because anybody would like you.
no,
right?
that's wrong.
What I'm saying is,
He's like,
in the
bring her
spectrum.
back. We need her back. Okay, wait,
Right,
wait.
right.
Tell the people what you got going on.
Right.
I got a lot going on. These boots, these are custom made. No, I'm a mess, ladies and gentlemen, and I need you to follow me on Instagram. And I will say this: I I'm just happy to be here. Every day I wake up and God.
There was an exclusive thing. Kyle, right? What is it?
Yeah.
What is the exclusive thing?
Who's styling who unveiled?
What's
That
that?
is dropping. I'm on Fubo Radio, guys.
Really?
Really, and you're one of you and him because you guys have this man thing. You have this
She's gonna
podcast
get the man thing.
that you know.
Right.
What is it called? Say it.
I don't know.
He
Middle-aged
wrote a
marathon.
book. Right.
Middle-aged
Oh,
marathon.
it's
right.
so sexy. Man.
Right.
You gotta turn up. You gotta tune into this. The middle-aged man. Where are you guys at?
Right.
Both of them are
We
taken.
run. Right.
No, fuck run.
Right.
They're taken. So
We're
don't,
taken. We're both
Don't
taken.
get too wrapped in.
Jason's taken.
You're
Mom's
taken.
taken.
And that's cool. But they
Right.
have a cousin and they have uncles. And they're the OGs that put them in this place with the knowledge that they know. Find their cousin.
Right.
They might be
Where's the
watching now.
brotherhood? Where's your tribe of single
My
men?
tribe is all married. Shout to Dan. My tribe is all
We're
taken.
gonna go to the Bring BK back party. We're gonna go on this field trip together.
I'm going.
Carlos specifically invited you. He said, "Bring."
Nah, that's
her."
not Bring BK. That's I Love New York.
I love New York. Okay, my
We're
bad.
going to I Love
coming.
New York
And I'm
next
giving,
week. I love
how
New
many
York.
people are there? Because I want to give.
I'm bringing
back.
Bronner.
I'm bringing
Bronner's
the
coming
starter
with me.
pack.
Carlos shouted
You
you
bring a
out.
starter pack? She said she bringing starter packs to I Love
she's
New
gonna
York.
Carlos shouted you out. He said, "Bring her."
Bring a starter pack.
to
I'm coming, and I mean that.
because he was like, "You got Method Man in classic material." So. he's
"Oh,
like,
wait, I
Oh, you put Method Man in classic
Oh
material?
yeah, this is Carlos classic
I
material. Yeah, he was like,
love. Can I tell you
Bring.
my classic material?
Tell me.
situation?
Tell me. You told me everything.
So
Tell me.
I
What you
literally
That's cute with the stuff.
found that brand on Instagram.
Kia said, "I want to start a pack."
I got you, baby girl. You give a man
Yo,
some
kid, you
underwear.
giving out starter pack.
No, I'm telling you, give a man
Yo,
underwear. Tell me the truth.
I need
If
to
I
start
got,
that.
and this is before the girlfriend, like,
Right.
and this is hypothetical. Do not.
My girl gave me a starter pack. I'm gonna tell you, Bryna gave me a starter
We're
pack.
giving
the
out
other day.
starter packs.
Yo,
We're
Bryna
gonna
gave me
get-
a starter
That's
pack.
why she's gonna win a
Like,
starter
did
That's
pack.
why
not
she
turn-
wifey.
Did
She
she
gave me a
not
starter
turn you?
pack.
Did she not turn
She
you
gave me a
on?
whole starter pack. Face cloths, pajama pants. She gave me a starter pack.
And that
Beard wash.
I gave my boo a couple coats. That's a starter pack.
I'm telling you, ladies, reel them in.
What pack is
more
it when
than
it's like
dinner.
20 years in?
Right, like that's still a starter pack. You can still give a starter
Let me tell
pack.
you something.
Jay, have you gotten a starter pack?
Of course.
Ah, Jay, why you didn't get a starter pack?
You guys, let me tell you something. You wrote a book. Like,
He did.
think about
We
this
both
book.
wrote books.
Where's your book?
Shit.
Send it to
Google
me.
me, Marlon Rice.
I will, and I'm gonna read it. And I just, you know how I'm.
Oh, really need to read Blow One Down, Marlon's book.
Because let me tell you this, and this is some real shit.
Right.
Men like you and Mess
Mhm.
are the ones that you have to like. I'm scared of both of you.
Right.
Because intelligent black men are the ones you need to fear because they can get you in the brain.
Uh-huh.
So when you start going like this and you're
Uh-huh.
sitting in the thing and you're talking and you're just like,
Right.
hi.
Right.
That scares me. When I do that,
Right.
like I'll stop talking to you. Like for real. Like if
Right,
day
right.
one, if you got me like questioning like, oh I
Life.
think like yeah, like I think I'm gonna be a better woman. I think I'm gonna go to church today.
Right.
And I'm gonna thank God for
Right.
this particular action. I don't follow you.
Right.
Don't want to follow you.
Quickly.
wanna
Unfollow
follow-
at Khaliah Clark.
Because now I'm into you. If I'm into you, I don't want to follow you on social media.
Uh-huh.
Because now I'm starting to think like, why did you like this picture?
It
Did she-
becomes overthinking. And that's such a woman thing.
Oh.
That's such a woman thing.
I hate being a girl. I hate it. It's just
Do we got any more
so-
questions?
Do we have any more
Because
questions?
Jesus Christ, this has been so
But
loose.
I know this has gotten me to the place I need. I know
Yo,
after this interview,
good money.
my DM,
Your DMs
and
are popping.
educated men.
There's a dude.
Oh,
Yeah, there's a guy on there
Kamani
that's
lost his Blow One Down book, partying, wilding in DC with Marlon. I feel like that was the opening.
That was at Rose's
Yeah.
in DC.
I just
When
feel
we
like
did
say
the book
something?
tour.
When we did the book tour.
I just know that you had a life that you don't talk about. That where you're at right now. And shout out to whoever's with you. You got the.
Oh
good
yeah,
garment.
Kia, she just stood up. Kia
Right.
said, "Can you stand up so we can see the outfit?" But I think you had done it. Isn't it cute?
I didn't even notice because you had
Wait,
the coat
put the
on.
vest on. Put
I
the
didn't
vest
notice
on.
you had the coat. You had the coat on. I didn't know you had a skirt. Like,
I'm doing.
what's this, like a school?
Where's
I'm-
Khaliah
I'm-
from? They
I'm-
want to know where Khaliah
Jersey.
I'm channeling my inner Dion from Clueless.
I see.
And now I'm gonna
That's that hip hop closet.
This. Let me tell you something. If I could walk out with this, you'll see it in Super Bowl because
It's yours.
You going to
Starter
Super Bowl?
pack, boo.
This is-
You can have it.
You
listen.
going to start? You going to Super Bowl?
I'm going to Super Bowl.
You're gonna take
to
that
my
to Super Bowl.
to my husband. If you find me in this, I'll take it off. Follow me on Instagram. Sorry.
Yo.
Sorry.
This has been crazy.
No,
Okay.
it's been a good.
Yeah.
Let me
It's
tell
been
you something. You're one of my faves. I watch you every
I
Tuesday.
appreciate that.
And what's so dope about you? You're so.
It's a monumente.
It's a
monumente.
Not a monumente.
Did I say it
It's a monumente.
Monumente.
Marlon, let me tell you
Too
something.
much champagne.
To the girl who has you,
Yeah.
to the girls that want
She's
you
right
after this
here.
vibe,
Right.
don't fall for the Lucindas.
I don't.
What?
I know.
Who's
I-
Lucinda?
She's
Is
the
she
master-
the
Stay true. And I know you would.
That's what I
because
need to
you're
tell Dan. Don't
Right.
fall.
You need to go home and tell Dan right now.
So-
Go like, you don't fall for that.
No, because you know what's so dope? I feel like you kind of challenge women who kind of try to like trick you. Like,
Right.
and I love that about you.
Right.
Like, I'm never intrigued by many men, but
Right.
you, I watch you every week. I watch you with
I
Steele, my
appreciate that. I
homeboy.
appreciate
I
that.
like how you really like, you're like, yo. And then you bring stuff. Like, I almost cried. You almost had it, but then I said,
When did you almost cry? What I
when
said?
you got me really, because my child's father, that's a very sensitive subject, because to this day he looks at me and he's like, when did you start doing this? Like, you always had this type, like, what's going on with you? And I'm like, no. You don't get to circle back
Right.
and tell me I'm not doing anything. Like, you go that way.
Right.
He's just like, I'm just saying, like,
Right. Who is this?
like,
Right.
when did you start doing this? And I'm like, no. Follow me on Instagram. And that.
You tell your baby father.
Yeah, because my baby's father has the thought that because we had a child together, I'm just that girl he could always circle
Right.
back
Go
to.
circle back to. Right.
Oh,
Right.
So that Dustin boy just wants to say. He
John
said it's a mama.
Mamonte. I need everyone to follow that Dustin boy because he's an
Yes.
amazing stylist, and that boy serves looks, honey. He
I
is.
swear to God, we've never gone.
No, we haven't gone this long.
Well, we started 10 minutes late, so even if it
maybe
ends right,
3 minutes late.
even
Definitely
if
not
we
10
end,
minutes.
if we end right now, I just want to say this.
Right.
I know
Yes.
you guys want to know about the styling, but I'll tell you this. Every successful woman has a story, and my story goes like this. If I listened to what they called me, I never would be standing here.
Facts.
Yeah.
So
I
it
love
doesn't matter
that.
what happens. I know so many women who start over. One thing about the dopeness about being a woman is women thrive off of heartbreak. We thrive off of, oh, you ghosted me? Watch when you circle back. So if I could say anything to women, like, if you single at whatever your age you are, it's for a reason. You haven't met that guy. The whole drama, the mama. That's why I made up the word. Like, I literally was on the Wendy Williams show, and I tell Wendy, I'm having a Monte. She's like, what's that? I'm like, it's bigger than a moment. And she looks at me like, oh no, this bitch didn't just come on my show and plug her thing. Women, it's not as hard as we think. Start talking to these men before you even pay for the dinner, just so you could just be like, okay, cool, I got all the information. Like, don't go out for dinner for a free meal. Go out to dinner for a good time. Break the bill down 50%. You know why?
Go
Because
Dutch. You tell them to go Dutch.
reason why I say that is because you live with a peace of mind.
Uh-huh.
If a man feels like he took you out, he feels like I took you out. Not saying he automatically
But
wants to
there's
have.
reciprocity.
There's like, I took you out.
Yeah.
Can I touch your nipple? Can I?
What?
Like,
Okay.
I'm
Now who's control?
God's hand went up immediately. Like, whoa, wait a minute.
And the reason
nipple.
I say that is because it's fast kissing. Think about it.
Yeah.
A guy takes you out to Noble, that's a $300 plus
Yeah.
deal. Like, sweetie, what we doing?
Right.
Like, where we going? Like,
Right.
you got drinks? And the girl's like, I ain't paying for drinks.
Right.
You
I
can't
just
go.
took you to Nobu.
Right. Like, don't, like a real woman, I'm good. The first day you don't have to pay for it. But treat the man out to a date. Like,
Gotcha.
show him that it's just not like I'm not a taker, because a lot of women are takers because they feel like
especially in the industry.
they're expected. Like
Yeah.
you feel like, well, this is my aesthetic. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, men have aesthetic too. Like I like to eat. I like to do. So don't. How dare you look down on a man who has an aesthetic? Like I date a certain type of woman. Maybe he only dates a woman who takes care of him.
Right.
So why is it like, oh no, he's a user and this? No, he has an aesthetic. You have an aesthetic. The guy pays for your nails. He takes you out to eat. He pays your rent because that's what you feel like. This is what he has to do. So a guy can come to you and be like, okay, well you got the second date, right?
I love that. Where we at, Kai? You got another question?
This
This has been a champagne.
I'm leaving with
Campaign.
them.
There was one other question.
She went over it.
How do you determine a client's personal style?
Oh, wow.
That's a good one. How I determine a client's personal style is just because it zips doesn't mean it fits. And that's from Joan Rivers.
Right.
In no way will I just style you what you're comfortable in. I need questions. And these are the questions. What don't you like? Why don't you like this?
Right.
Why are we not wearing this?
Right.
Is it a money situation? Is it because you don't like suits? I need to see men one time in a suit. I don't care if that's not your aesthetic.
You gotta be in a suit.
I need you in a button down.
Right.
Kamani wants to know how'd you get that hat over your unicorn horn? She's a rarity.
That's your question.
Oh my gosh.
shit.
That's
too
your
funny.
question for you.
No, that's a question for
For
you.
me, my unicorn?
You got the unicorn horn. You're a special person. Not
Oh,
me.
well,
A rarity.
Let me just take the hat off. It was the hood, really.
And the hood, right? Really.
But
was
I
the
didn't
hood.
want y'all to see me like this. I wanted to be a little fab. So I said, let me give you my clueless, because really I would have sat like this and be like, follow me on
And really would have
Instagram.
been right. Follow me on Instagram.
This is my Diane Carroll hip hop closet. Like, hold on, let me show you what it really is. I'm rich.
Oh man,
Oh
this
my
is
Your man
God.
wants
Yeah, no,
me.
this is
Jay's
good.
taking pictures. I've never seen Jason take so many pictures.
Because, like, I would tell you a Jay story, but
Tell me a Jay story
Don't-
before we go.
okay.
Give it to
follow
me in
him on
like 3
Instagram.
sentences.
She said follow him on Instagram.
Follow him on Instagram.
I'm gonna give you a Jay
Yeah,
story.
give me a Jay story.
Shout out to Jay's girl.
Right.
You're a lucky woman.
Right, but
He's
when
a
he did
dope-
it,
He came to my show and wrote a book, and I read it. So I read it, and I'm like, oh my God, he's a smart man. Like, can I see a picture in gray sweatpants?
oh, you
He's
trying to
like-
holler?
He said, when I saw him at the Renaissance store,
Uh,
I knew he was off the market.
right.
So follow you on Instagram, Mass. Another one bites the dust. So shout out to all the good men in this world. And I just feel like there's so
Lord.
many of
So
them.
when you asked him, he didn't give it to you.
No, when I first
Because I want to
met-
be clear for his lady.
No.
Was this before his lady?
No, this was before his lady. But even in before his lady stage, he still knew exactly what he wanted in life. And he wasn't about the
He wasn't about the he was about the show, right?
that didn't get him.
Right.
So I just want to let you guys know,
Right,
to his lady, to anyone who dated him previous,
right.
he's always been A1 top
I
tier.
love it. I love it. I love it. This
Thank
has
you.
been an amazing.
All right, yeah, this has been.
This has been amazing.
So
I've
ladies,
never
when
had
you
this
fight with your
before.
dude, beware. When you be like, I don't need you, just know there's a girl out.
She's out there. She's out there.
Waiting.
And they need to know that they out there.
So when you say I don't need you, just be like, go out, come back in 3 hours, and remember where's home. Don't let them motherfuckers go out by themselves. I'm telling you,
Right.
because you can meet that and if he's not strong and grounded,
He gonna take that
he's
down.
gonna be like,
He's gonna take that.
and that's where you get ghosted. And I think a lot of women don't understand the ghosted because they meet the
Right. They don't understand that.
And he's for a mamante, which is bigger than a moment, not for a lifetime.
Right.
And that's where you're a great woman. There's nothing wrong with you,
Right.
but you just came with the sparkles. and he's in a moment
And the moment happens.
and it happens
But
and
then
he
the
wake
moment
up and then it passes and he
He gets
remembers
his starter pack. He picks up his.
and he's gonna take his
He's
drawers
gonna take
and
the
he's
start-
gonna go back
He's
and wear
gonna
it with
take
her.
his starter pack and wear the drawers with her.
Trust and take
Yeah.
a picture and post it on Instagram and
Right.
you're going to die. Like, bitch, that's my underwear. Trust me. You guys see how I be on people's Instagram, like who styling? Just know, bitch, I'm gonna give you a style. You see that who styling who? I didn't sleep with him, but no, like, where is the tag? That is the starter pack.
That's the starter pack. And on that, we go.
Yeah, fantastic interview tonight. Okay,
Last words.
thank you.
Good.
Thank you for joining.
Thank you for joining
And just
us.
remember who's the winner.
Right.
Show me the
I ain't win a
Put
week
them
yet.
highest
I ain't win a week yet.
Why?
I haven't won a week yet.
Why? What is your
Thank you for
Because
joining.
I'm saying I'm wearing different kicks every week. We
All
don't
right.
have 6
I'm
weeks
his
of the
new
work.
stylist. Watch
Oh,
next week. We gonna
Okay,
get
so
him
we're gonna repost
Sure,
this
sure.
on our YouTube, and we're gonna send out some clips. So be
Yep.
sure to follow us.
Peace.
some.
And
Khaliah,
Khaliah, they want you at our brunch. They want
Yeah,
they,
I gotta be-
yeah, the brunch crew wants
You
you.
gotta be at the brunch. You
I will
gotta
have-
be at the brunch.
All right, thank you for
You gotta be
joining.
at the brunch.
Peace.
It's the ladies' brunch.
Huh?
I might-
It's a ladies'
I might go.
brunch.
I might go. I might go.
Let me just ask you one question.
Yeah. Hold on. Wait till we get off first.
No,